Okay, so this is the second part of first chapter, chemical reaction and equation. Our next term is rust. Formation of a brown color iron compound on iron surface due to the action of oxygen and moisture is known as rust. Suppose you have a piece of iron metal over here. If its upper surface comes in contact with the oxygen and water, then iron combines with oxygen and water also, and then over its surface ferric oxide, a brown color substance which is nothing else, a compound of iron forms, that is called ferric oxide. This compound is known as your rust. A brown color coating of a ferric oxide, an oxide of iron forms on the surface of iron. When this fresh iron comes in contact with oxygen and water, then a brown color coating is formed, and that is called rust. Clear? Then come to oxidation. So what is oxidation? Oxidation is a type of a chemical reaction. It is a type of a chemical reaction in which oxygen is added to the reactant. Addition of oxygen in the reactant is known as oxidation, and it also has another definition. A removal of electron is also known as oxidation. A removal of a hydrogen is also known as oxidation. So there is a trick to remind oxidation, and that is OIL, oil. Oxidation is loss. Oxidation is loss. Clear? So addition of oxygen to the reactant is known as oxidation. Removal of electron is also known as oxidation. Removal of hydrogen is also known as oxidation. Then come to reduction. Same. Removal of oxygen is known as reduction. Addition of electron is known as reduction. And addition of hydrogen is known as reduction. And there is a short trick to remind reduction, that is RIG, which means reduction is loss. Clear? Oxidation is gain and reduction is loss. So finally, oxidation is loss, and reduction is gain. Oxidation is loss and reduction is gain. Then comes our types of chemical reaction. So one is combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction, precipitation reaction, then redox reaction. Decomposition reaction has been classified into three categories. One is photolytic decomposition, electrolytic decomposition, and thermal decomposition. Same redox reaction has been classified into two categories. One is oxidation reaction and the other one is reduction reaction. So let us discuss one by one. First, see what is combination reaction. The reaction in which two or more reactants combine to form a single product. Combination reaction means addition reaction. So here in this case, one or more, two or more than two maybe. So two reactants combine and you will get definitely a single product. Carbon combines with oxygen and it gives you carbon dioxide gas. This is combination reaction, and you can see clearly that it has only two reactants and you will get only one product. Here in this case also, this is copper sulfate and its color is it's white in color. When copper sulfate combines with 5 water molecules, then you will get copper sulfate. This is called blue vitriol. Its color is blue. It's blue in color. This is called blue vitriol. This is blue in color. Clear? So in combination reactions, reactants combine to give a single product only. Then come to decomposition reaction. In case of decomposition reaction, a single reactant breaks down to give multiple products. In this type of a reaction, a single reactant breaks into a number of products. Here, if you will heat the green vitriol, which is known as iron sulfate, and it also has 7 water molecules, if you heat it, then it will give you ferric oxide with the sulfur dioxide gas, sulfur trioxide gas also, and 7 water molecules. So here you can see it clearly that it contains only one reactant and a number of products. So this is decomposition reaction. Here you have another example, copper sulfate pentahydrate, which is called blue vitriol. If you heat it, then it breaks down into copper sulfate and 5 water molecules released. Same if you heat calcium carbonate, which is known as limestone. If you heat calcium carbonate, then it breaks down into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. Again, if you heat sodium bicarbonate, then it breaks down into sodium carbonate and water with carbon dioxide gas. Clear? So as we knew here, decomposition reaction is 3 types. One is photolytic, electrolytic and thermal. In case of a photolytic reaction, decomposition reaction takes place in the presence of sunlight. In case of electrolytic, decomposition reaction takes place in the presence of electric energy. And in case of a thermal, decomposition reaction takes place only in the presence of heat energy. Clear? So let us see decomposition reaction, which is photolytic, means we can use light here, electrolytic, electric energy, and thermal, heat energy. So example of photolytic decomposition, silver chloride is heated in the presence of sunlight, then it gives down silver with the chlorine gas. Silver bromide is heated in the presence of sunlight and you will get silver plus bromine. Then another example of electrolytic decomposition, when water, electric current passes through water, then it breaks down to hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Another example, this is salt water. When electric current passes through salt water solution is known as your brine. It is called brine solution. When salt water, electric current passes through salt water, then it breaks down to sodium hydroxide, hydrogen gas and chlorine gas. So this is electrolytic decomposition. Then come to thermal decomposition. This is calcium carbonate known as limestone. If you heat limestone, then it will give you calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. Lead nitrate. If you heat lead nitrate, then it will give you lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen gas. Clear? Then come to displacement reaction. So what is displacement reaction? The chemical reaction in which a high reactive metal displaces a low reactive metal from its compound at aqueous state. In case of a displacement reaction, what happens? A high reactive metal displaces a low reactive metal from its compound at an aqueous state. So let us understand with the help of this example. But before going to the example, let us make clear yourself with the reactivity series. So first before to understand the example of a displacement reaction, first you have to clear what is the reactivity series. So what is reactivity series? Arrangement of metals in decreasing order. See, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, nickel. So like these metals are arranged in decreasing order according to their reactiveness. It means that potassium is highly reactive in nature. Then after potassium, sodium is reactive in nature. Then calcium is reactive in nature. And their reactivity gradually decreases up to platinum. And platinum is the least reactive metal. Platinum is the very least reactive metal. Almost it will not react with any other. Clear? So here you can see this is iron and copper sulfate. Iron reacts with the copper sulfate. Now what happens? See, this is iron and you have copper here. So iron is quite more reactive than copper because iron falls before than copper. So iron is quite reactive than copper. Clear? So that as iron is reactive than copper, then iron displaces copper from copper sulfate and take its position and it forms iron sulfate. Then you will get copper separately. Done. But if copper reacts with iron sulfate, then what happens? No reaction takes place because copper is less reactive. So that it cannot displace iron. So that no reaction will take place. Done. Then comes double displacement reaction. See, in this reaction, the same ions exchange their places. This is sodium sulfate and this is barium chloride. Sodium sulfate is an ionic compound. Barium sulfate is also an ionic compound. Done. So see, here the positive ions exchanging their places. Sodium sulfate combines with barium chloride and you will get sodium chloride with the barium sulfate. Both the positive ions has completely changed their places. This is double displacement reaction. So here another example, hydrochloric acid combines with potassium hydroxide. So here hydrogen is positive ion, potassium is positive ion. So both the positive ions has exchanged their places and in the product side you will have water with potassium chloride. This is double displacement reaction. Done. Then come to precipitation reaction. Any reaction that produces a precipitate or residue is called precipitation reaction. In any reaction, if you will get a precipitate or residue at the bottom of a test tube or at the bottom of the beaker, that is called precipitation reaction. So in this case, you have lead nitrate. When lead nitrate reacts with the potassium iodide, then in the beaker you will get lead iodide with the potassium nitrate. Potassium nitrate is colorless, but lead iodide is insoluble in that solution, so that you will get a yellow precipitate at the bottom of the beaker or at the bottom of the test tube. So this is called the precipitate or residue, and this reaction is known as your precipitation reaction. Clear? Then come to exothermic reaction. The reaction in which heat is released. Exo means exit. So in this reaction heat is released. It is called exothermic reaction. Methane combines with oxygen. It gives you carbon dioxide, water and heat. This is exothermic reaction. Coal, that is called carbon. When it combines with oxygen, it gives you carbon dioxide, water and heat. Done. So this is exothermic reaction. When a calcium oxide combines with water, it gives you calcium hydroxide, hydrogen gas and heat. This is also exothermic reaction. Then comes your endothermic reaction. The reaction which requires energy. The reaction which requires energy, that is called endothermic reaction. When barium hydroxide combines with ammonium chloride. Barium hydroxide combines with ammonium chloride. It produces barium chloride with ammonium hydroxide. So to carry out, so to continue this, or so to run this reaction, we require some amount of energy. So in this reaction, energy is needed. So that's why this is called endothermic reaction. Done. So the last part will definitely in lecture number 3. So hope you will clear out of this. Thank you.